Welcome back to Anything You Want, the ultimate observatory for those who appreciate the nuance behind the noise. We are the archivists of the entertainment world, looking beyond the red carpet to understand the human connections that define the industry. Today, we are turning our lens toward a rare and beautiful phenomenon in the often cutthroat world of Turkish cinema. We are dissecting a moment of pure class, a trifecta of talent involving Elcin Sangu, Baris Ardoch, and Tuba Büyüküstün. In an ecosystem frequently dominated by rivalry and the cold shoulder, a new narrative has emerged regarding the films Deyset Bey and Wakuku. It is a story of mutual respect, high-octane comparisons, and a friendship that has set social media ablaze. But before we explore why Elcin Sangu invoked the name of John Wick to describe her peers, ensure your place in our community is secure. Smash that subscribe button, ring the bell to stay ahead of the curve, and if you value deep-dive journalism that respects the art of storytelling, please click the join button. Your support allows us to keep the conversation elevated. Now, let us analyze this exemplary display of camaraderie. To understand the magnitude of the recent interactions between these three titans of the screen, one must first understand the landscape they inhabit. The Turkish film and television industry, much like Hollywood, is often painted as a battlefield of egos. It is a world where success is frequently viewed as a zero-sum game. If one star shines, another must surely be cast in shadow. However, lately, the winds have shifted. A new generation of icons is rewriting the rules of engagement, proving that the brightest constellations are formed when stars align rather than collide. At the center of this cultural shift stand Elcin Sangu and Baris Ardoch, two names that carry the weight of history and the affection of millions. Their recent exchange regarding the cinematic releases Deyset Bey and Wakuku has become a case study in professional grace. This is not merely about promotional obligations, it is about a sincere, palpable support system that exists between actors who genuinely admire each other's craft. It is a refreshing departure from the tabloid's usual diet of feuds and friction. The catalyst for this wave of positivity began with Baris Ardoch himself. A name that has become synonymous with charisma and versatility, Ardoch has recently been dominating the headlines with his latest cinematic venture, Wakuku. The film, which has been described as a visceral, high-intensity experience, evidently holds a special place in the actor's heart. In recent interviews with the specialized press, Ardoch did not hide his enthusiasm. Breaking the facade of the typically stoic leading man, he expressed a profound satisfaction with the project, citing the intense pace of the narrative and the psychological depth of the characters. His comments were not boastful, but rather reflective of an artist who knows he has participated in something significant. When he shared these sentiments on social media, the reaction was instantaneous. Fans, who track his every move with forensic attention, recognized the sincerity in his words. They saw an actor not just selling a movie, but standing by a piece of art he believed in. But the conversation was about to be elevated by a voice from his past. Enter Elcin Sangu. When journalists caught up with the luminous actress, the conversation inevitably turned to her former co-star and friend, Baris Ardoch, and his new project with Tuba Büyüküstün. In a moment that has since gone viral, Sangu offered a critique that was as sharp as it was complimentary. With her characteristic elegance, she delivered a soundbite that rippled through the digital ether. I saw Baris and Tuba Büyüküstün's film. They truly lived up to the comparison to Turkish John Wick. Let us pause and unpack the weight of that comparison. By invoking John Wick, the global gold standard for modern action cinema, Sangu was doing more than just saying the movie was good. She was validating the physical dedication, the choreographic excellence, and the relentless energy that Ardoch and Büyüküstün brought to the screen. It was a high-level professional compliment, acknowledging that her peers had achieved a world-class standard of action filmmaking. This comment wasn't just a review, it was a coronation. I have to ask you, the cinephiles of Anything You Want. How often do we see top-tier actors praising their contemporaries with such specific, high-level comparisons? Does this make you more excited to see Wakuku and Deyset Bey? Let us know your thoughts on this new era of support in the comments below. Crucially, Elcin Sangu's praise was not reserved solely for Baris Ardoch. Her mention of Tuba Büyüküstün was equally significant. In an industry that often tries to pit leading ladies against one another, Sangu's acknowledgement of Büyüküstün's performance was a masterstroke of solidarity. By including Tuba in the John Wick analogy, Sangu highlighted the depth and physicality that Büyüküstün brought to the character. It shattered the stereotype that action is a male-dominated domain in Turkish cinema. Fans immediately latched onto this, sharing the clips with captions like "Real talent recognizes real talent." It reinforced the idea that Tuba Büyüküstün is not just a dramatic powerhouse, but a versatile force capable of standing shoulder to shoulder in the most adrenaline-fueled sequences. The synergy between these three actors, Elcin's praise, Baris's performance, and Tuba's presence, created a perfect storm of positive publicity. Social media, usually a window into the more chaotic aspects of celebrity culture, transformed into a cathedral of unity following these interactions. The response from the public was overwhelmingly positive. The messages of mutual support were interpreted by fans not just as good manners, but as the definition of real acting. Users flooded platforms like X and Instagram with praise, noting that true artistry is measured not just by what happens between action and cut, but by how artists treat one another when the cameras are off. Comments such as "acting isn't only measured on stage, but also by mutual support" became the mantra of the week. This digital applause wasn't just for the film Wakukü, it was for the humanity of the people making it. It demonstrated that audiences are hungry for kindness. They are weary of the manufactured drama and are gravitating toward authenticity and friendship. This event resonates beyond the current news cycle because it serves as a blueprint for the future of the industry. Elcin Sangu's behavior serves as a vital lesson for young, emerging actors: success is communal. By lifting others up, you do not lower yourself, you elevate the entire platform upon which you all stand. The constructive and positive example set by Sangu, Ardoch, and Büyüküstün stands in stark contrast to the jealousy and gossip that have historically plagued the magazine culture. They have shown that one can be a superstar and a supportive friend simultaneously. The industry is taking note. PR strategies are shifting. The cool, distant, competitive actor archetype is fading, replaced by the engaged, supportive, and sincere artist. If you are enjoying this analysis of the positive shift in Turkish cinema, please take a moment to hit the like button. It helps us spread these stories of unity. And remember, by clicking join, you become a producer of this channel, helping us keep the lights on and the standards high. While the films Dayset Bay and Wakukü will be judged by critics on their cinematic merits, script, direction, cinematography, their legacy has already been bolstered by this off-screen narrative. Elcin Sangu, Baris Ardoch, and Tuba Büyüküstün have ensured that these projects are associated with excellence and camaraderie. The Turkish John Wick tag is likely to stick, creating an expectation of quality action that the actors seem more than ready to deliver. But more importantly, the legacy here is one of emotional intelligence. Every like, every shared comment, and every interview snippet has reinforced the idea that the Turkish film industry is maturing. It is becoming a space where competition drives quality, not animosity. As we watch the box office numbers for Wakukü and Dayset Bay roll in, we should remember that the real victory has already been won. Elcin Sangu, Baris Ardoch, and Tuba Büyüküstün have proven that the most powerful script is one of friendship. They have shown us that the brightest stars are those who help others shine. We will be watching closely to see if this trend of mutual support continues to grow in the industry. What do you think? Is this the new normal, or just a fleeting moment of peace? Let us know. Thank you for tuning in to Anything You Want. We are your eyes and ears in the world of the elite. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the join button to support independent celebrity journalism. Until next time, remember, in a world where you can be anything, be supportive.